Today's video is brought to you by Jackspania Racing. Today we're going to review and look over Jackspania's center feed manifold. Let's go ahead and get started. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Texas Honda Channel. God bless each and every one of you. If you're new here, please click that subscribe button, hit that like button, and turn the bell icon on to get notified of every upload. Okay, so we're going to get straight into it. Please stick around to the end of the video to find out more about what's happening to the RSX, and I will be giving you a sneak peek at all that. So over here we have Jackspania Racing center feed intake manifold. I will be doing a slight review on it, and then we will actually be putting this to the test on Michael's 500 horsepower K24A2. It's a bone stock block. I believe he dynoed it at 500 and something horsepower. That's just with a turbo on it at like 15 pounds of boost with his tune. But this will be going on there, but I'm going to give you a full walk around of this thing. It is awesome. So this is a full billet manifold, so it actually is just one solid piece. Really nice design, and it does come with this fuel rail as well. And one thing to make a note of on pretty much any fuel rails, because I have seen some that have stuff in here from the machining process, always make sure that they're clear like this, because sometimes there's debris left in there and you don't want that to go into your injectors. But this is definitely a very high quality, nice piece. So I'm going to show you on the bottom. So this is where the throttle goes on the bottom section. As you can see inside, it is CNC machined on the ports. Now there is welds right there. You could probably grind down for a little extra power, but yeah, it's definitely a pretty nice design. I'm really excited to see the numbers that this thing pushes out. Michael's setup with his tuning and more air crammed into that engine should easily be able to see 600 horsepower, maybe a little higher than that with this manifold. We will have dyno video coming out after this gets installed. He has a Skunk 2 Ultra on there, and he's going to compare this to that one. This does have much more volume, and the throttle body can be used off of a Mustang, and I believe it was 90 to 100 and something millimeter throttle body. It's a 5.0 Mustang flange, so anything that has that flange, you can bolt the throttle to that. Also has the ports over here, so that way you can hook up your accessories and all the stuff you need for that. Now, other K-swap chassis may require modifications to run this with the core supports and stuff like that, but this does work on the K-swap 94 to 01 Integra and the K-swap 92 to 2000 Civic with an EG subframe. Other modifications may be required for different swaps, but it does support up to 105 millimeter throttle. That's what it says. So that is awesome. Very, very nice quality all the way through. And Michael's big thing he was excited about was the fact that it's an all billet flange. So that's really good news. Now, with all of that being said, this right here, I have a discount code to make this cheaper. It is in the description next to the product link. If you want to get this even cheaper though, you can message him directly on his website, send him an email or something, and see if he has any manufacturer defected intake manifolds. If he does, he will sell them cheaper. They may have been damaged in shipping, so it might have a dent here or some kind of small imperfection that are still 100% perfectly good usable manifolds. If you're not looking for that high quality show car finish, then he may be able to hook you up with a cheaper price for those. So you'll have to message him. He did tell me that I could say that in this video, because I did contact him asking if he had any other types of discounts, and he said that. So if you guys want to try to save a little extra money, he can hook you up with one of those. But this is definitely a very, very nice piece, and I would use this on my own setup for what we're doing in the future, but I have different plans for that. So this one is going to Michael, and Michael will be doing the testing of the before putting this on with the Skunk 2, I believe it's the Ultra intake manifold. I could be wrong. It's this one right here on screen. That's his car right there. So I believe it made like 556 or something to the wheels, and we're gonna have him put this on. He will dyno it after this is put on, and then we'll see what kind of power it makes, and he'll also be going to the track to see what it runs. But yeah, here it is. And there's been a lot of people saying Jackspania products are not that good. He has definitely been working to get rid of the cheaper stuff and go with something a lot more nice with this kind of quality. So you will see other products on the channel from him that have definitely stepped up in their quality. So definitely give him a shot. His information is in the description, and this video wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for Jackspania Racing providing this so you guys could see it and I could do a little review on one of these. But yeah, definitely recommend it. If I was going with a all motor setup, I would definitely want this one, because then you can put it on the car and get the scoop where it scoops the air directly into the throttle and directly into this. So these are very good all motor manifolds and turbo manifolds. So I would definitely use this on a turbo setup, which is exactly what Michael is going to be doing. So we'll see how it performs on that for sure. Real quick, I forgot to mention, on Jackspania Racing's website, if you click the link in the description to go to their website, you will see on their main page that they have a get the part now, pay for it later program. So you definitely want to check that out if you want this part but don't have the money to buy it yet. So keep that in mind. So let's go ahead and get into the rest of it. As for the other thing that I am doing, the RSX will be having the supercharger taken off, and you're probably thinking, why? Because right there, if you can't see it, it's cracking all the way through and all the way down to the bottom side. So that is going to be a huge problem. We have to get this aluminum welded, then machined at a machine shop, and that's if they can save it. If not, I got to buy a whole new lower intake manifold section. Not the supercharger, this part's fine, and the kit over here, but the lower part. And they're about $700 for a bad casting imperfection one, and about $1,000 for one that's brand new with no problems whatsoever. And I always go for the cheaper one because I can clean up casting imperfections with a Dremel. Not a big deal. So yeah, the supercharger does have to come off. I'll have a whole separate video explaining that more in detail. But yeah, the supercharger has to come off, and then it'll be back to all motor. So I decided to go with this, the tubular manifold from Jackspania Racing. I will also link this in the description for anyone wondering how much this costs. I also have a discount code. You can run it in and see how much it drops the price for you. But yeah, it's a very nice quality and design. It's actually thick pipe, it's not thin stuff, so this is actually a really nice material, a very nice quality all the way through. So this will be having a turbo sitting right here, and of course we've got the V-band wastegate, and it says Jackspania Racing on it. Again, super nice quality. So huge shout out again to Jackspania Racing for sending these parts. One to do a review on this, and this one, which will be going on the car. So you're gonna wanna stay tuned. The RSX is going turbo. So I will have a video coming out with a turbo attached to this end of this manifold, so you'll wanna stay tuned for that. And I told you guys big things were coming to the channel, and it's gonna be super awesome. We're still working on suspension parts and stuff like that to get this to go down the track, but the big problem is the supercharger having that crack. It is not good, and it's kind of hard to see. It's right there. But that is definitely a problem, and I need to get that off of there. So if you're wondering if the supercharger's for sale, if I did sell it, it would be to a friend or someone that would be willing to understand that it's cracked. So if no one wants to buy it, I totally understand that, but I'm not gonna sell this and then be like, hey, it's cracked, I want my money back, because it's already cracked from the get-go. This video is proof of that. But I will have more coming out on all that, so definitely stay tuned to the channel. We're gonna have some really cool stuff in the future. We'll have that Skunk 2 Ultra going on here because Michael's gonna send that one, and I'm gonna let him keep this one since he has a high horsepower setup. So this should do fantastic on his. I'm not going for stupid numbers. I would like to see 400 or 500 out of this setup, but again, anything above 300 is better than what I've got. I got 301 right now with this supercharger with a crack on it, and that crack is literally going all the way around that port, which I will show you when we take it off. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and are excited for what the future holds. And I just wanted to thank everyone who does continue to watch the channel, even though my videos haven't been super fantastic and a lot of people have fallen away from the channel, because I praise God and give him all the glory, as I should, and all of you guys should as well. But I understand not everybody likes the fact that God is in control, and they're not. So with that being said, I love each and every one of you. Please consider clicking that subscribe button if you haven't, and hit that like button. And we're gonna grow on this journey together, so I hope to see you guys in the next video. But I'm gonna go ahead and get off here, and as I like to say, God bless, stay safe, stay awesome.